Hi, welcome to another video for the Thrash Heavy Rhythm channel. Today I'd like to talk about guitar sound with regards to dialing in a decent tone out of your amplifier and your gear in general, really. For the purpose of this video, I didn't want to talk about getting your typical, whatever your favourite band is, where you listen to an album and you think, oh yeah, I can get that out. When you go up to your practice amp, or when you walk into a guitar shop and all the amps they've got to be played at a quiet volume, and you got perfect acoustics, you got a carpet in the shop, you got all the amps, you can just dial it, you can just dial in what sounds like an exact resemblance of what you're hearing when you listen to your favorite CDs, or if you're listening to it on a player or whatnot, recorded sound, that is. I'm not talking about that at all. So what I want to talk about here is in the context of reality. When you start using your amp in a garage or any rehearsal space, a barn, a loud room, maybe you've hired out a room where you can turn your amp up quite loud. When you're using your amps in a functional setting, then this is where everything changes. But it does take some adjusting. Now typically I've got my guitar set up right now for a really heavy sound because I'm at home. There's nice quiet volume, that sort of thing. I've not got anything to go up against. I've not got to project my sound at any particular distance or anything like that. And so it's absolutely fine for in here. Although one other factor, like when I'm doing a video, through the little tiny microphone in this camera or phone that I'm using, it might clip a little bit, or it might sound a little bit fizzy when it comes through. But and of course that would be one of the first things that I would have to think about while even sat here, where if I want to make a good sounding video for you guys, and where I don't do any close miking or anything like that, I haven't got the gear to do that, but I would have to perhaps back off some gain or make some tiny adjustments on the amp. One other thing I'd like to point out was even when I'm sat here jamming, sometimes I plug my guitar into my amp and my ears might be a little bit tired or something, or whatever the case may be. Things do change even in a quiet environment. The truth is, in reality, adjustments do need to be made, and I've had this experience before countless times. I still get it now. So all you got to do is just make small adjustments to the dials on your gear, and don't worry about the fact that you sounded good yesterday and you sound shit today, or whatever the case may be. Usually it's an external factor, and the list is way too long for me to go into the kind of things that can adjust your sound. One extremely important factor I really want to point out here is the direction of your guitar sound from in front of the speakers. It sounds completely different to up here. Now we're up here when we stand at our guitar amps, we're standing over the top and we're dialing in and we listen from up here, whereas from down in front there it sounds completely different. And 10 feet, 20 feet out in front, a lot further back, it's not a very big room this, so it's difficult to demonstrate, but further out where the sound man is, he can tell whether you got a good guitar sound or not. So the sound you think sounds cool when you're stood over your guitar amp is not the sound the audience are hearing out front. Whether you're practicing at home, whether you're playing a gig or you're in the jam room, whatever. Sound can get affected and things can change, so use your ears and make adjustments wherever needed. It's an ongoing thing, or at least it can be. Don't forget to hit subscribe and check out links below, and I hope the pointers in this video helped you out.